So today I just wanted to film a quick video on how to use oracle cards or tarot cards to connect with your guides. I think that connecting with your spirit guides is one of the most important things to do in your own kind of development, because they are your team on the other side, watching your back and helping you down your life path. They want to see you succeed, and I think it's really reassuring to know that you have these spirits on the other side that are kind of like helping you along the way. I know that a lot of people can feel kind of lonely on this journey, and yeah, I don't know, I feel like it's kind of comforting to know that you have people watching your back and like helping to guide you. So anyway, today I'm just gonna do a quick video on how to connect with them using tarot cards and oracle cards. I will be posting other videos hopefully in the near future about other ways that you can connect with your spirit guides. Obviously the easiest way to connect with them is through meditation. Usually people have 1 to 3 spirit guides. Sometimes people have more depending on their own like life path. If you've chosen to be a healer in this life, you probably have way more than 3 spirit guides, but for the most part everybody has 1 to 3 that are kind of watching their back and helping guide them. Basically they are looking after you and just trying to help sort of steer you along your life path. I just think they are so instrumental with your own spiritual growth, and the first step to really sort of developing your own psychic abilities and your spiritual development, in my opinion, should be connecting with your spirit guides, because they just have a wealth of knowledge on the other side that we don't necessarily have access to when we're kind of starting out. So today I have a couple of decks with me. So tarot cards and oracle cards are just kind of ways to help get yourself out of the way of the communication. In my experience, clairaudient communication is obviously the easiest way to connect with your spirit guides, but a lot of people take some time to really trust their clairaudient messages, so it's really helpful to start out with like a tool to begin connecting to your own spirit guides. So I love using these decks. I think that they are so amazing. There are so many different kinds of decks. I have a bunch of fairy decks because I just think they're so pretty. Like, look at the art. So beautiful. Let me do the beauty guru thing. Oh wait, it's not gonna focus. Fail. It's fine. Anyway. So these are actually a combination, in my opinion, of a tarot deck and an oracle deck, because they are, let's see, they have like suits like a tarot deck does, but they have the messages on the cards. Like for example, this one is the 10 of Winter, and it says, the resolution of difficulties, a weight lifted off your shoulders, blah blah blah. So it has a little message on the bottom of the card, which makes it a little bit easier when you're starting out to get more of a direct message. In my opinion, I love tarot and I am obsessed with tarot cards. I do tarot readings for myself all the time, but in my opinion, when you're first starting out, you really are craving like a straightforward message. At least I was. So I really like these cards because I feel like they give you a very straightforward sort of can't miss it message, where there's no like wrong way to interpret it. In a normal Rider-Waite tarot deck, which is like the OG original deck for tarot, I feel like it can be kind of easy to get all caught up in what does the Queen of Cups really mean. Like, there are so many different variations of what it could mean, and I just think that it's nice to have something a little bit more straightforward when you're first starting out, so you can really start to build that connection and you're not worried about like having to learn a bunch of things. That's just my opinion. I know that that's going to be probably not agreed with by everybody, but that's just how I personally think. My first deck actually was, oh wait, I actually have it, I have it in this drawer. Excuse me while I pull it out. So this is Sonia Choquette, Trust Your Vibes. She is amazing. This is the first deck that I was actually gifted, and these cards are, oh my god, they are just amazing. I feel like I keep saying that, but they really are. For example, if you are like, man, like what do I need to hear, and you like shuffle your deck and then you pull a card like Downtime, that's straightforward. that's your spirit guide's way of telling you that you need a break from life, from work, from doing crazy stuff after you get home from work. You know, you just need some chill time. So I love this deck because when you're first starting out, it's so easy to kind of second guess any messages that you get from your spirit guides. So you can't like second guess this. Like, this is so straightforward, and there's so much advice that she kind of throws into this deck. It's amazing. It is honestly one of my favorite decks, and I still go back to it and use it even though I have like so many. I have a whole, my bedside table is just full of them. But I really, really love this deck. Anything by Sonia Choquette I'm just like obsessed with, because she operates from such a place of love and support and just genuine like kindness, and I don't know, I just really like her. I really resonate with her. You might not resonate with her. You might resonate with more of a like steampunk deck or whatever. The best part about oracle decks and tarot decks is that you can find your own unique style just about anywhere. There are some amazing decks on Etsy, and I have a couple other decks that I can like link below, or at least name them below. But I have decks that I use for different sorts of spreads. If I have like a very straightforward question that I want like an exact answer to, I use the Magical Messages from the Fairies deck by Doreen Virtue. She has some really great decks out there, and a lot of them are straightforward. But when you're beginning, I feel like an oracle deck is the best way to go, because they have the message on the card and you don't have to do a lot of interpretation like you have to do with tarot cards. But honestly, like, do whatever feels right to you. Like, if you resonate with a tarot deck immediately, pick it up and just start playing with it. Like, I picked up the Shadowscapes Tarot, and that was my first real tarot deck after the Sonia Choquette Oracle cards. I loved that deck so much. I actually used it so much that some of the cards have like faded. It's such a great deck. Really try to find, you know, a deck that works for you, because there are so many unique ones out there, and you're not gonna vibe with what I vibe with. Like, not everybody out there that watches this is going to be like, oh my god, yeah, fairies. That's not how it works. So if you like steampunk, if you like anime, there's anime decks, there's like there's crystal decks, there's moon decks, there's everything under the sun is out there. So find something that works with you, and then start to kind of bond with your spirit guides by using them. So the first thing you want to do when you get a new deck is you just want to go through and like look at all the pictures on the cards. This is what I do. I'll just tell you kind of my process. So anyway, what I was saying was, I am just going to tell you guys my process, and then you can use that as guidelines. You don't have to do it exactly how I do it, because that's like not how people communicate differently with their guides. So like, this is just to get you started. As soon as you become more in tune with your cards and your guides, you're gonna figure out your own way of like doing oracle card spreads and things like that for yourself. If this doesn't vibe with you 100%, then like change it around. There's no rules and whatever. So anyway, that's just my like disclaimer. Let's do the Sonia Choquette deck, because it's really awesome. The first thing I do when I get a new deck is I like to go through and I look at all the cards, and I just pay attention to like the ones that I'm really drawn to. So you just take a minute or two, just really go through, especially because I buy decks that have a lot of really nice art on them. So I just go through, kind of get a feel for it, take a little bit, and then I say a little thing before I start. So I say, angels, spirit guides, any higher vibrational beings of the light, please come forward now to help give me messages that are for my highest good at this moment in time. I usually say like, Archangel Michael, please come forward, protect me with the white light. Just ask for protection from a higher vibrational source, and make sure that you kind of envision yourself in like a white light of protection before you do this, because you want to make sure that you're only communicating with your guides, angels, and like higher vibrational beings. Like, you don't want to mess with any lower vibrational baddies, because no. Anyway, then I just like go through and I shuffle after I say that. Say please come forward and give me any information that I need to hear from my higher self at this moment in time for my highest good. Did I already say that? Probably. There's no rules, just say a little thing. And then you pull, you can pull whatever you want. Most of the decks have spreads and things in them. So like in the little booklets that they come with, they usually have like, this is the best spread for this deck. So you can start with those. So I'll pull some cards. I'm not scared to air out my stress. Pay attention to any cards that like fall out while you're shuffling, because usually those are important. So if you don't want to add them into the deck, you can just sort of leave them to the side. Sometimes that's what I'll do. Like if I really want to pull the cards, then I will leave the ones that fall out to the side, and I'll look at them after the card reading's done. Okay, I might not read these out loud because they actually did get personal. Okay, I'm definitely not gonna read them out loud. That's kind of what you do, that's the process, and then as you do that, kind of pay attention to any sort of energy that you feel around you, because usually those are your spirit guides sort of helping with the card reading. And you can ask specifically at the beginning for them to sort of come and help you and step forward at this time. Like say something like, I ask my spirit guides to come forward at this time to help me connect to their energy better and get to know them, blah blah blah, blah, things like that. There's also a lot of really good spirit guide spreads. I'm gonna see if I can find a couple of them and I'll link them down below, and you can use those to like have your spirit guides introduce themselves to you through the cards. Now that works better with tarot decks, so it might be wise to sort of invest in like one oracle card spread that you really kind of vibe with, and then also buy a tarot deck that you can use for more advanced stuff, even if you just have to like read from the booklet for what the meanings mean. That kind of helps to learn the suits and things like that that are involved in tarot. That's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe down below, and I will see you next week.